All right, everyone. Welcome to our weekly market overview. No, this is our first weekly market overview for 2022. Ang bilis ng panahon, no? Kapos na kagad yung first trading week natin for 2022. I hope na you were all protected from mga naging dips natin. Sana wala namang ganong natamaan, no? You were able to stay on the sidelines and you were able to protect yourselves. Okay? Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we look at yung index from a higher time frame perspective along with yung mga sectoral indices. Kaya natin ginagawa to, it's to help us paint a bigger picture of what we can expect sa market, and at the same time, kung meron man tayong mga trade ideas, baka makapagbigay ito ng additional confluence sa mga gusto or ayaw nating makita bago natin i-take yung mga trades na gusto nating i-take. Okay? So as always, we're gonna start off with the PSEI weekly chart, no? So sa weekly chart, ano nga ba nangyari na? We have formed a double top here, a very clean and very clear double top. Okay? So from that double top, medyo from there, pababa na tayo for the next ilang weeks. After that, we've been pushing downwards. And ngayon, price is threatening to trade beneath tong 6.9 na support, more or less. We'll discuss that more when we go down to the daily chart. Now, ano yung ayaw nating makita dito? Okay? Ayaw nating makita dito is mabasag tong 6.7. Kasi kapag mabasag yung 6.7, that opens up this wider area beneath. Okay? Yes, meron tayong trend line dito, and if price comes there, tags it, maybe we push up from there. Parang added confluence lang sa support natin. But let's see. Huwag natin pangunahan, no? For now, ayaw ko sanang makita na mag-trade siya beneath itong 6.9. Actually, kahit nga beneath 7,000, di na ganun kaganda. But beneath 6.9, parang we break beneath this range support, this immediate range. And that opens up the possibility na babalikan natin yung 6.7 or lower. Now, to make this clearer, tignan natin siya sa daily chart, no? Now, from the daily chart, meron tayong na-form na head and shoulders pattern dito na baka magbuo. Paano siya mabubuo? Which is yun nga, mabasag tong 6928 na iniingat-ingatan natin. Kapag mabasag yan, then medyo confirmed yung pattern. That's not to say na kailangan abutin niya yung pattern target. It's just that it is a very bearish pattern, especially when it occurs on top of what seems to be a bullish run up, which is yun nga yung nangyari, diba? Tumaas tayo dito, tapos nag-form tayo ng head and shoulders. So how deep it pushes from there, hindi pa natin alam. Okay? From here, mas nakikita nyo na etong level na to, yung 7.1, it acted as support here, diba? It acted as resistance there. So if price tries to push up, baka mauntog din tayo dyan. So it's just something to watch out for. Kasi kailangan maklear muna natin yan before we get a chance na mabasag tong 7.3, tapos mas somewhat negate tong head and shoulders pattern natin at may chance tayo to reach for at the very least tong taas man lang ng double top natin. If that doesn't happen, assuming tuloy-tuloy lang to bumaba, so next support is 6.7, then this dynamic trend line. So dynamic support. Bakit dynamic support? Kasi trend line moves as price moves, diba? If mabasag pa yan, then we likely reach for these lows here. Tapos, etong support natin way down at 6,080. So, wag naman sana. Alright? Now, if you want to hear a more detailed breakdown or discussion of the PSEI, I encourage you to watch yung year-end review ko ng PSEI. I'm gonna put a link in the description box below. There I go into greater detail, no? And I put more analysis into it kasi nga I had more time. I only had to discuss one chart. Alright? Moving on, let's take a look at INDU. So INDU, price gap down, diba? We consolidated here. Tapos ngayon, we're starting to trade beneath this range support down here. Bakit di ako naglagay ng level dyan? Okay? Kasi essentially, kahit mabasag yan, we are still trading within this previous range here, diba? So while it won't be outright bearish, kung ano man yung bullishness na kumbaga na-accrue natin dito, medyo naninegate na nito. Kasi essentially nag-form ka na ng high, lower high, lower low, low, lower high, diba? Tapos ngayon, since nabasag natin to the downside, meron ka ng technically lower low. So something to watch out for kasi from there, we could come back and tag tong previous support natin around 9798 na area. 'Di ba? Kapag bumalik tayo dyan, kapag mabasag pa rin, then that opens up this range beneath here. Okay? Paano to maninegate? Kasi trinay niyang i-fill yung gap bumitin eh. So just because it breaks to the upside, hindi ibig sabihin na bullish agad kasi maaaring balikan natin tong gap, mauntog, tapos doon tayo mag-roll over. So sana, kung talagang magiging bullish to, mabasag na niya to the upside. Basagin na natin tong previous high natin ng 10,986 or at least yun nga, eto na, yung 11,1 na area since ang lapit na nila sa isa't isa eh. Kapag mabasag natin yan to the upside, as mentioned before, then we can start aiming for these highs here, no? But for now, it's not looking quite as bullish as before. And while I won't outright say na, hindi, wala, super bearish na yan, I can say it's not looking as good. It's not looking as attractive. Hopefully, manigate siya sooner or later. But let's see, no? Let's see what happens. Next, let's take a look at FINA. Okay? Now, yung FINA, ganon din, medyo similar sa index, nag-form tayo ng double top, then from there, nagkaroon tayo ng rejection, and now it's looking like established na talaga. Ito yung range na tinitignan natin. Okay? So, hindi naagulat if price pushes down and comes back dito sa 1.5 area. However, kung tuluyan natin tong mabasag to the downside, basagin natin tong low na to at 1.511, so basagin natin yung 1.5 altogether, then that brings us back to either this range here, where price could come back here kung saan tayo may previous consolidation prior to the breakout. Okay? Maaaring bumalik yung price dyan, tas kapag from there, tignan natin kung anong gagawin niya. But for now, it looks like mukhang happy pa siya dito sa range niya. Hindi pa siya ready to break to the upside and hindi pa rin siya nagbe-break to the downside. If you go ahead and look at yung mga BDO, ganon, mga BPI, medyo ganon din yung itsura niya. While not parallel or while not mirrored dito sa FINA na chart, the way they're moving is pa-sideways din. Similar dito, which is pa-sideways. Okay? Next, tignan natin yung mini. So, towards the end of the year, nagkaroon ng push dito sa mini, no? Kasi nga, nagkaroon na tayo ng announcement na DENR lifted yung open pit mining na ban. However, parang so far wala tayong follow through. In fact, nag-close tayo ng shooting star this week, no? So, itong shooting star na to, maaari na mag-lead siya to further down, push. At the very least, balikan niya tong bottom end ng range natin. Okay? However, let's say na manigate to, we break to the upside, we break above tong 10,073 na area, then we can have a chance na mabalikan tong 10.9 natin na resistance. If mabasag yan, then 11.5 yung next. But for now, it's not looking very, very likely, no? Parang we tried to push up, parang immediately negated. Hindi ko alam kung dahil lang ba sa current sentiment natin sa market, maaaring affected tayo ng Omicron, maaaring affected tayo ng New Year doldrums, baka tinatamad pa mag-trade yung mga tao or what have you. But let's wait and see what happens before pushing on. Right now, mukhang sideways pa rin siya. This is looking like a potential overshoot, meaning tumaas lang siya sandali, binalikan din niya agad. So ito pa rin yung potential trading range natin, and so far, it's holding to be true, no? It's holding to be true. So assuming ito nga yung trading range natin, then we can say na for now, medyo sideways / bearish tayo ng konti. If mabasag nga tong 9,000 na area, then that opens up this range beneath up to 8,066. Okay? Next, tignan po natin ang prop, no? So, property. Property, ganun din. Sideways tayo. We are still trading within this range. Sabi nga natin, nagkaroon parang may head and shoulders pattern. I wanted to see price trade above itong right shoulder sana. Kaso hindi nangyari. Nabitin tayo ng konti and now we're pushing down again. So, the possibility na ma-break na naman natin to the downside tong neckline na to. Actually, nabasag na siya to the downside and nag-exist na naman. While nabasag itong trend line natin, for me, yung confirmation talaga na medyo dehado is if mabasag tong range altogether. If we break yung 2.9 area, that opens up this range beneath. Okay? So, while nabasag natin to, yes, we could come back to 2.9. If we get back to 2.9, it will be interesting to see if mag-hold ba to? Are we gonna push higher from there? Or are we gonna break to the downside para tignan natin kung mag-trade ba siya dito sa trading range beneath this. Kapag ganon, it's not gonna look quite as nice. No? Right now, again, bearish / sideways yung itsura niya. For me, it's not looking nice. It's not looking enticing. Tas from there, if mabasag natin tong 2569 area, then that opens up this range beneath all the way hanggang 2069. If, however, we push and break above tong 3450, 3435 na area, then we could possibly come and target tong 38 natin na resistance around this area here, which also acted as previous support here, previous resistance here, and so on. Okay, but for now, bearish slash sideways. More bearish than sideways, lalo na nabasag natin yung trend line to the downside, so we might see a deeper push in the coming weeks. Okay? Next, tignan natin ang holdings, mga hold. Okay. So, holdings, similar sa PSEI, nag-form tayo dito, head and shoulders pattern, di ba? If we break to the downside, mabasag natin tong 6-7 na area, then that opens up this range beneath here. But for now, we are still holding dito sa taas nung inflection point natin. No? Again, inflection point kasi previous support, support, support. Okay, naglolo ko yung mouse ko, sorry. Okay, previous support here. Okay, previous resistance here, previous support here, previous resistance here, and so on. So, parang bumabalik tayo sa area na to. Will it hold? It remains to be seen. Hindi natin alam. Wala pong nakakaalam, no? Walang kasiguraduhan. Kung mag-hold yan, we start pushing higher, mabasag natin tong 7172 na area, then perhaps we have a chance na mabasag tong high na to and we can come back and target yung 7614 na previous resistance here above. Kung mabasag natin yon, the next target would be around 8182 na area natin, no? So let's see what happens for now. Again, alam ko nakakasawang painggan, medyo sideways pa rin yung itsura / medyo bearish. Okay? And then finally, let's take a look at SERV, no? So yung SERV, actually, sorry, typo. Essentially, nagko-conso pa rin tayo dito. Okay? Diba last year, nag-dip tayo all the way here. Nag-form tayo ng support of somewhat of a support here. Nagko-consolidate pa rin tayo sa area na yan. While we are trading beneath the lower half of that consolidation, meaning it's more bearish than bullish, the fact of the matter remains na we are still trading within this range. Kung mabasag to the downside, okay, kung mabasag to the downside, lalo na kung pati tong low i-clear niya around 18550, 1850 na area, then we might come back and tag tong blue zone na matagal na natin pinag-uusapan that could act as potential support if price ever rounded off and came back here. Bakit potential support tong blue zone? Kasi dito tayo nagkaroon ng maraming previous resistance areas. Like so. So if price does come back here, hindi naagulat if that blue zone acted as a support of sorts, a support area. Okay? So I wouldn't be jumping in. I wouldn't be forcing a trade in this particular sector just because nagko-consolidate pa rin tayo within the higher range na na-form niya nung pumitik siya pataas. I would rather wait and see what it does. Depende sa mga binabantayan ko, mga Glotel, whatever. Okay? Kung ano yung gawin nila, tapos tignan ko how they react before I jump in based sa itsura ng structure na to. Kasi this could just as easily break beneath tong 1.9 eh. Baka magulat na lang tayo next week, basag na yan. Kasi nga, hindi maganda yung sentiment ng market lately. Okay? If mabasag pati tong blue zone, then we might come back and tag tong 1633 na area. However, if we can break above tong 2062 na level, then that opens up na mabalikan natin yung mga highs dito sa area na to. Okay? And potential push higher from there. Okay? Potential push higher from there. We'll see. We'll see what happens if that happens. Okay? For now, still sideways. I wouldn't outright say bearish, but again, it's more bearish than bullish simply because we are trading closer to the lower half of the range that we've currently established, but it is still within that range. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, lahat na sinabi ko either sideways or sideways/bearish, parang ganon, no? And the PSEI is no different. Okay, the PSEI is also more bearish than bullish, even though technically because of the head and shoulders pattern, it is within a range. Diba? But it's not looking as good as it should be. Lagi ko tinatanong when I look at the chart is, kung bullish to, dapat tumuloy na to eh. Bakit ayaw niyang tumuloy? May dahilan ba? In this particular instance, pwede nating sabihin na meron tayo ng Omicron hanging over our heads and so on, no? So pwede nating sabihin na meron. So kung merong dahilan, di kailangan natin i-assess. Kung talagang very justified yung dahilan na yon, saan tayo pwedeng mag-abang for potential na position trades, saan tayo pwedeng, kumbaga, quote and quote, mag-bargain hunting. Depende na po yun sa mga systems na tinitignan nyo, no? Depende na yun sa mga stocks na tinitignan nyo. But, just something to keep in mind. Pero kung kunwari, dapat bullish na, pero tulak pa rin ng tulak pababa, kailangan magtaka na tayo. Bakit ganon? Kasi dapat tumuloy na to eh. Bakit ayaw niyang tumuloy? Diba? Ano yung nangyayari na hindi ko alam? At ayaw niyang tumuloy, ayaw niyang tumaas. Alright? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin. I hope nakatulong po to kahit papano sa inyo, kahit papano may natutunan kayo. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!